When others don't, Nissan delivers. 0% financing on many of Nissan's most popular models. Or a brand new Versa for under $10,000. When you need it most, Nissan delivers.
Heisman Trophy ballots aren't due back to Deloitte until December 10th. That's a couple days after the Big 12 championship game. But OU's uncertain BCS status means Saturday's Bedlam game in Stillwater, it could be OU quarterback Sam Bradford's closing statement in the Heisman argument. But what's left to say? I'm Mike Sherman, and this is the Heisman Trophy Blitz, sponsored by Nissan. I'm here with OU beat writer Jake Trotter. We're breaking down the Heisman Trophy race as we enter the last 2 weeks. Jake, who's the favorite now?
Well, I think it's Sam Bradford. His performance against Texas Tech, 4 touchdown passes. I think he passed Graham Harrell, obviously. I think he passed Colt McCoy, too. And he's the front runner. A lot of college football left to be played. Strongest
case for Sam?
His numbers and the fact that his team is probably looking at playing for the Big 12 and national championships right now if they win out. There's really no downside to Bradford. He has the numbers. He has the team. You know, where are you going to pick him apart at? And I think he's outperformed the other candidates thus far.
You said last week he needed a Heisman moment. Did he get it Saturday night in the big win over Tech?
No, I don't think he got the moment, but it was to no fault of his own. They just demolished Tech. I mean, maybe that's the Heisman moment, just the overall team performance against the Red Raiders. What he got was the OU defense basically taking Harrell out of the race, and that helped for sure.
Okay, are you saying that Sam Bradford's Heisman moment may come in the fourth quarters when he's sitting on the bench or standing on the sidelines watching somebody else play?
Yeah, you don't need a Heisman moment to win the Heisman. It helps. He might get it this week against Bedlam. He might get it in the Big 12 championship, too. So there's 2 big games where basically OU is going to be on the road. I know it's in Kansas City, the Big 12 title, but that's going to be Missouri, and it's going to be a partisan crowd there. And he'll have an opportunity, I think, maybe to make that kind of play.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much does Sam Bradford's Heisman future depend on whether OU makes the Big 12 title game?
I would say 9. I would say 9.
Okay.
Just because of the other guy who's going to go if he doesn't.
Speaking of the guy who's going to be in another conference championship game, Tim Tebow, the incumbent. What's the deal with him?
They smashed Florida State. They smashed Alabama. He's going to be right up there. And I think what's going to be interesting about the vote is, does the Big 12 South quarterbacks, do they fracture their vote nationally? Does the South carry Tebow to a victory? I think it's going to be close if Florida runs the table and Oklahoma does as well. The thing that works against Bradford that didn't hurt Tebow was the fact that Bradford is a sophomore. People forget there's only been one sophomore to win the Heisman in history of the trophy, and that was Tebow last year. He broke ground. So maybe going forward, a sophomore can win the Heisman, but that's still a stigma in the past that hasn't allowed a lot of good players to win.
Okay, there was a guy about a month ago named Colt McCoy that was all the rage. It looked like the Heisman Trophy was his. What happened?
Well, he hadn't had really a game after the Texas Tech game to make a comeback in the Heisman race. And that's why he's saying the Big 12 championship, he would have that opportunity against Missouri if somehow Texas were to be able to nudge past Oklahoma for the Big 12 South title. But if Bradford goes to the Big 12 championship, McCoy's not going to get the opportunity. They play Texas A&M. Nobody really cares. A&M's not very good. And Bradford, meanwhile, is going to be in 2 marquee games against 2 top 15 opponents. And I think that's going to be more than enough for Bradford to have to at least control his own destiny and be ahead of McCoy when the balloting is in.
If they win in Stillwater on Saturday, right? Hey,
yes.
Listen, thanks, Jake. Stay up with all the news on the Heisman Trophy. Stay with News OK and the Oklahoman and News OK TV, where we'll be doing this Heisman Trophy Blitz right up between now and December 13th and the announcement from New York.
Let's see it.